been a crazy few years for everyone, but looking back at what's changed for me, for better or for worse, my life has completely turned around. For starters, with sports, this time last year, I was thinking I'd be going to Paralympic Nationals and swimming there about this time, but instead I drove to Georgia for a wheelchair tennis tournament. I could have gone to nationals. I didn't have school then. I was done with exams, but honestly, I forgot about it. And it's weird to me to think that even in June, if you had told me, oh no, you're not gonna go and swim in nationals this year, you're gonna go to a wheelchair tennis tournament, I've been like, are you crazy? Like, why would I do that? What the heck? But it's occurred to me, my life is totally different. Like, I swim some in college. I don't compete. And most of my time is like, oh, when's my next tennis tournament? How can I prepare for it? How much do I need to be practicing? And I don't really think about swimming competitions at all. I mean, I had a close friend go to nationals and I was like, oh, that's great. But that's not part of my life anymore, even the competitions and things. And that's so weird to think how that has changed just really since going to school, because even this summer I was still thinking I would go to nationals. And with school, I just finished up my first semester at college and it has been amazing. Like, I'm having literally the time of my life. I came out with all A's. I've met a ton of people. I'm making friends everywhere I go, in my sorority, in my classes, just around campus, in my dorm. I'm just meeting all these people and doing all these things. And when exams came around, I was like, I'm not nervous. Like, my roommate was a little stressed out and worried about her exams, but I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm chill. I've studied. I'm ready. I'm not worried about any of them. And college has just been an amazing experience. And a few days before I left, I had a breakdown because I was like, I'm not ready to be an adult. Like, I don't know how to function as a person, like, in the real world. Like, I'm so freaked out. What if I'm not ready? I should have taken a gap year and all these things. And I'm doing it and I'm doing great. Like, there haven't been any issues at all. I have a system for how I get groceries. I have a system for how I use up my meal swipes every week. I have a system for using up my dining dollars. Like, everything kind of just worked out on its own. And that's crazy to me. Because honestly, I didn't think I could do it. And now here I am in college. I'm honestly thriving. Like, college, I think, is going to be the best time of my life. And that's amazing. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's crazy. And I am like an adult now. I went to a tennis tournament in Tuscaloosa and I saw Shelby Barron there, she's been in the Paralympics for wheelchair tennis. And I've worked with her in Tuscaloosa before, and she saw me and she was like, you look so grown up. And I was like, Shelby, I saw you 2 months ago. What are you talking about? But I really do feel like an adult now. Like, I'm turning 19. Now I finally reached adulthood and I'm a person that can function on my own, which is insane. And something else that's crazy is I thought, like, all my friends from high school, like, we would spend tons of time together. Like, maybe not the ones that were far away. Like, I have a friend who goes to school in Kansas, so, like, maybe I won't hang out with him all the time because he's a little far away. But I was just thinking, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep, like, really close with all my friends from high school. We're gonna talk to each other all the time, and we do talk and we do keep up, and we are still very close. And, like, just recently I went to go see the new Spider-Man movie with a friend from high school, and I've gone to get coffee with a few of my friends and just hang out. But I have friends in Auburn, and those friends in Auburn are enough. And I meet new people. All of the friends I have in college are people that I've met since I've gotten to Auburn. And that's crazy to me too, because one of the things I was worried about was making friends, and now the only friends I have at Auburn are the ones that are new. And even in like my family, with COVID, we haven't been able to see my grandparents all that often, and now it's like, oh, I get excited whenever I hear that they're coming to visit or that I can go visit them, because I know that I spent like a year and a half probably without seeing any of them, and that's really made me appreciate being able to see people and being able to be with people, because I've spent so long not being able to be around them, because a lot of my family has severe health issues. Like my granddad has really bad health. Like he has a rare blood disease that only less than 1% of people have. And so like we can't just go and visit during COVID. I mean, and that's always been something that I look around, and because I live in the South, and in the South, most everybody, their grandparent lives like right down the street from them. And that was always something that I was kind of jealous of, because I can't see my family. They're not close by. I mean, the closest family I have is 3 or 4 hours away. I mean, I do have grandparents that live in Auburn, but that's not where my house is. Like right now I'm home, so I can't just go and see them right now. When I'm up in Auburn, I can drive 10 minutes, but it's really made me appreciate like distance and being able to see people and being able to be with people, not just family, friends, and just being able to be there physically present. And so that's something that's been on my mind, because I've been wanting to see my family. It's Christmas time, I'm home, I want to see my grandparents, I want to see cousins, I want to see friends. And so that's something that I've learned over COVID. I've also come to understand that if things are meant to work out, they will. And that's something like I see everywhere, that people are disappointed because this relationship didn't work out. Girls during recruitment were like, oh, I got cut by the sorority. And I reached the end of the recruitment week and I had it down to 2 sororities, DG and then another one. And I called my mom, and I remember saying to her, if I'm meant to be in Delta Gamma, which I think I am, it'll work out. And if it doesn't work out, then I don't think I'm meant to be in a sorority. And I ended up in Delta Gamma. They picked me and it worked out. But I mean, with relationships, I've had issues with that in college. I mean, not anything too terrible, but I've had to sit down and be like, okay, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, and that's it. Because that just means there's something else that's better. And I've just seen a lot of people that they're like, oh, what about this? What about this trouble that I'm having? I'm stressed about this. And I'm just like, if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. Like, and I mean, that's it. And that's been something I've really learned to grow, because I'm not worried about things. Because if relationships don't work out, then okay, then I know then that is not my path, and I can look for another one. I mean, that's a clear sign to me. Don't go this way. There's something else that you need to be doing. And so that's something I've learned with COVID and just growing up. And there's one more thing that I think I should share. It's something I've known for a while, but COVID and going off to college and continuing my YouTube channel, I think really hit it home with me this year, is that it's hard to be alone, physically or mentally. I mean, if you feel that no one really listens to you or understands you, I mean, that's hard. I have people comment on my channel like, oh, thank you for doing this, like you really get a lot of the things that I'm going through, and I can't explain it, but you get it. And so that's kind of hit me, and you can hear my voice is kind of breaking a little bit, because I've been in that spot. And with COVID, I've been physically alone a lot, and I've been through some tough times and there's no one there to help me because people have their own things that they're dealing with, and so that's difficult. But the whole reason I started this channel is because I have experiences as a teenager, as a freshman in college, that a lot of people go through. And from my perspective, like, there's a lot of adults out there that have disabilities and share about their experiences, but adults kind of have their life together. To be honest, I don't. People ask me because my major is chemical engineering. I decided my major in the summer before I left for college, June or July probably. In April, I had no idea. Well, actually, no. I had several ideas and had no idea which one I was going to pick. So I felt like I really didn't have things together because I was like, I just chose my major. I have no idea what I want to do. People ask me that all the time. Well, what do you want to do with chemical engineering? I'm like, I don't know. Lots of really cool things. I'm just wanting to see what else there is and what else I can do with it. But like, I don't have my stuff together. We're just going along, seeing what happens, and things will work out. But that's something that I've kind of felt I give, and that's why I keep doing these videos and doing these things with my channel, and why I feel like it's so important is because people need that. People need somebody to look and be like, you get it, and you're honest about things, because you don't know what's going on either. Because you go to doctors and they're like, oh yeah, this is going on. They know what's happening most of the time. Sometimes they don't, and that's scary. But I kind of I have these things. I don't understand a lot of it. I understand a little bit, but I don't have my life together. And that's okay, because it doesn't matter. I have some things together and things that work. And I'm also a teenager. I don't know everything. I know that. I know a lot about a lot of things, but I don't know everything. Not even close. And so I just want to thank you guys who've been watching my channel and supporting me, because I really feel like I'm doing something, and I feel like there are a lot of people in the world that aren't alone, or at least feel like they're not alone, because they watch my channel and they see, oh, like, she gets it. Like, she's a teenager. She's dated. It's gone badly for her. I mean, she's done all these things. She's gone to college. And it's occurred to me how important that is. What's also important is the people that make this channel possible. That would be my patrons on Patreon, my mom. Of course, she doesn't get enough credit. But thank you to my patrons on Patreon: Timothy Cordamanchi, Terry Sentner, Jonathan Ginn, Robert DeBoer, Katie Little, and my newest patron, Jeremy Whitley. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And if you would like to donate yourself, it would really help me out. I'm wanting to save up enough money to build my channel and actually really grow it and make it more official and better connected with you guys. So thank you to them. They're all awesome. They're my favorite people on the planet, honestly. And I love seeing messages from them like, hey, I have a question about this, or can you do a video about this? I want to see what your perspective is. And that's the easiest way to get in touch with me, is Patreon. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.